Hello and welcome to this very special Meet the Miniaturist. How is everybody? Good to see you guys. Welcome. Before I bring up my special guest, I do want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with G. Thomas Miniatures. I did just release a newsletter, so if you are not on my newsletter subscriber list, please do get on it because I talk about my latest estate sales. I talk about my auctions, my Meet the Miniaturist series, which we're going to do in a second, and also what's happening in the mini world. So importantly, there's something happening over in Amsterdam at the Rijksmuseum, Petronella's dollhouse, which is one of the oldest dollhouses in good condition in the world from the late 1700s, is on view right now. It's part of a very special exhibition. There's a live live stream virtual tour that I announced in my newsletter. So if you subscribe, you will hear about things like that. But if you want to learn more about it, head over to the Rijksmuseum website to hear and to see that virtual tour. But I also do have an estate sale happening right now. It's on my eBay, in my eBay store. So you can check that out. And just as one auction is ending today at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is Sunday. We're November 2nd right now, if you're following, or if you're watching this a little later on. But just as this auction is ending, another one is starting. So continues the fun of shopping and bidding for miniatures. So check that out. And finally, if you are looking to downsize, or if you have a collection you are looking to sell on behalf of a loved one, a friend, or family member, do reach out to me. I put in all of the links to either contact me or to subscribe to my newsletter in the comment section. I will post them below as well. So do check that out. Do sign up. Do hit the like button. Do all of those things to hear about and buy and to get involved in this wonderful mini world. So with that, I would like to introduce my very special guest, who is May Burnett. Now, May and I go back a ways away, and I'm so excited to see her again on a Meet the So if you don't know May, May is an arts educator, a very talented, creative maker from Dobbs Ferry, New York. And I'm so excited to be her friend. I'm also excited to have been on a reality TV show with her. But we're really here to talk about your latest beautiful things, including that beautiful boombox behind you. So why don't we start? Let's get ourselves grounded in case people don't know who you are already. Just talk a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, how you got involved in miniatures, and then we're going to get to what is going on in your mini world, which is whoosh, head activity.
Well, hi. My name is May Burnett, and yes, I am an artist and an educator in White Plains School District, and I like to make tiny things. I'm mostly a sculptor, so I like to put things together. I need to figure out how things work. So I like sculpture. And with the tiny things, gosh, I was making little things and selling them on Etsy. I was also selling fairy catching kits. You remember those, Darren? I was selling fairy catching kits for a while. Yeah. And we did a workshop at your
in my shop.
In your shop, yeah, a million years ago. And then that you introduced me to.
I don't remember this, but yeah.
Yeah, you did. I didn't know that there was like really cool miniature shows out there.
Oh.
So I thought it was just me being weird, but no, there's a ton of people out there. So, and yeah. I've been to Philadelphia Miniaturia, and I haven't really branched out from there. I went to the Guild show this year, so that just introduced me to the wider world of miniatures and collecting little things and making little displays. And I don't have room for a dollhouse, to be honest. So that's when I was like, okay, but you can make room boxes, just one room. And that worked out a lot better. And I made a tiny gallery and display tiny artwork in it.
I think one of your strengths truly is your range, your creativity range. It shows no bounds. You're always onto something new and different, whether it's you started with the fairies, at least when I met you.
Yeah.
Then you moved on to steampunk, and then you went into miniatures and making food miniatures. I mean, it's just It continues with you, which is what I love about your work and how you work. It's just that the creativity is constantly going. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I can't turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about that. So that's sort of natural. You can't teach that, can you?
No, no,
No.
no, I try.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
you have to be inspired, and I see so many creative things out there via the internet. You
Yeah,
know, yes, I doom scroll in the evenings when I get home. Yeah, yeah, Instagram's like my best friend,
yeah.
and I see all these people doing really cool stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I want to do that too. I wonder how you do that. And so then that gets into a whole like research mode, like, ooh, I need to do that. How do I do that? Go to YouTube University, and someone's got a video on how to do it, and then I try it myself, because like I said, I like to know how things go together and how I can make them work. I'm not afraid to solder. I've got power tools. Let's go.
And that's another piece of this pie is your innate, is that the right word? Curiosity. And and you know what else I like am struck by? You are fearless. When we were working together on that show, we were like, it was all about problem solving. And you're like, no, we're gonna do this. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it. And then we did it.
We need a fireplace that raises up and revolves another room. Yes.
Right. And painting. That was one of the things I think that was a learning for you. Talk a little bit about that, because I want just
Oh
people
my
to get a
gosh.
sense for you as an artist.
Well, yeah, when we were coming up with concepts for our biggest little Christmas showdown miniature house thing, how do you describe it? It's a book that was a house, and there was a fireplace, and we wanted, they had this challenge, and you needed a mechanical aspect to your house. We're like, fireplace, and you pull a string and the fireplace raises up and there's a whole room. But then it's like, okay, great, what do you put in the room? And I think we had the book. We had a
Yeah.
tiny book, that replica,
Yeah.
and we had portraits.
Yes.
And the portraits were all of the Dickens main characters,
Right.
grown up. So Tiny Tim and whoever else, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And grown up, being successful, you know, all that stuff. So we were like, yeah, we can like maybe print out some portraits and put them up there. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
everything has to be
Yeah.
made by you. It's like, oh my god.
Producers came back and said, no, you can't. You can't have anything that's
No.
taken from somewhere else. So we had to do original work.
Yes. And so I was like, oh, because for me, I like sculpture. I like to build things.
Yeah.
Painting is not really my forte, especially portraits. You want it to look like a human being. I don't know if I'm your guy, but I was like, okay. So I just was like, okay, I like these. You found some nice one with the sepia tones
Yeah.
in the background. I was like, okay, well, we'll start with a wash. And then next thing you know, I'm like, look, I made a human. I did it.
And you drafted all of these portraits, and the learning was you were able to paint. That's what we learned from that, which is amazing. And it's just a testament to your abilities, your artistic abilities, your craft, your skills. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
congratulations, because we won that episode.
We did. I
We
just don't
did.
look really close at the paintings. They're not highly detailed, but you get the idea.
They were perfect.
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about what you're up to now. We're looking at that awesome room box behind you. And this has been an endeavor for you. You've been working on this for quite a while. Talk a little bit about the inspiration behind it and what it's going to be for. And then we're going to share a little bit of the background tutorials that you're very generous with showing people how you achieve with the techniques you use. And I'll share some of those. But talk a little bit of the beginnings of this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think this has been physically being made for like about a year now, maybe a little bit longer, but it's been an idea that's been brewing for a couple of years because, again, Instagram's my friend, and I follow several artists on Instagram, and I wound up buying a little black cat that had 3 eyes because of course I'm going to buy a three-eyed cat. And you can kind of see the little wooden shelves behind me. So I'll buy things and I put them up there. I don't have a ton, but I put stuff up there. And it just wasn't enough for my cat. The cat needed a place to sit. I was like, okay, I'll make a little room box. So where is he going to sit? Well, he needs a window. Not just a window, he needs a bay window. And then that bay window, oh, hey, there we go. That bay window I bought from miniaturist.com, RIP. And then I altered it, as you can see, because the window needed to be in a library. And if I'm going to do a library, let's go steampunk library, make it like old. I need like the ceiling falling in, like back in the Victorian times when they didn't have money for their manor houses and things were falling in. I wanted that vibe. And then, if the cat's sitting in the window, I don't want just nothing out the window. So there's like a whole back garden that you don't really see, but it's got like a creepy tree in it and all these things. So it just grew and grew.
Yeah.
Kind of because I was like, I'm going to throw everything I want to do at this because I don't know how long it's going to take. I didn't know if I'll ever do another one. So let's put everything in there.
Yeah.
And another part of this was, gosh, it must have been 8 or 10 years ago. The first time I went to Philadelphia Miniaturia.
Yeah.
I saw, I think it was Rainbow Hand and Kathy, and they had a room box that was the inside of a steampunk submarine. And I was like, oh, steampunk can come into this. I don't know. I just wasn't making connections until I saw that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I want to encapsulate a world in a box too. So when I was the concept for the library, the steampunk aspect, I was like, ooh, yeah, I'm going to do it too. And that's kind of where this whole thing came from. Oh, yeah. Here's the room tour.
Well, yeah. So, what is the name of the box of the piece?
So it is, I wrote it down because I can't remember. Mystics, Mechanisms, and Meows, The Forgotten Library of Lady Cawthorne.
Yeah. See, what I love about this is that it incorporates so many great elements that are in the miniatures world, the storytelling piece, the miniatures, of course, and then you add this whole other sort of aesthetic and vibe, which is the steampunk. And that's what I think it makes it so special. And so I love how you created this behind the scenes look at all of the mechanisms behind it. So talk a little bit about all those special pieces. There's the behind the bay window, there's the lighting. Talk about all of those intricate parts.
I never really, had to work with.
Can I just stop this? Look at the pipes. Can we just stop and look at the pipes? How awesome are those pipes?
Thank you. They're actually straws that have been altered, and then the fixtures are just the brackets are just paper. It's all in the.
I mean, there's just so much going on.
There's a lot. Like I said, I threw it all in there because I wanted it, and I didn't know when I was going to use it again. So just throw everything.
There are the little portraits.
Oh, yes.
Point those out. I love the built-ins. I mean, there's so many things I love about this. And then I love the mechanism parts. Look how you have all of the wires hidden. And they're also very wonderfully placed in that little power strip. I'm sorry, I'm getting very mechanical here. We'll talk about the cats in a minute because the cats are big.
Yeah. I when I did my gallery, I was using LED strips, and those are like normal sized wires. I never had to work with dollhouse sized wires, and they're so tiny and fiddly. And I didn't realize that. And you're in there plugging things in, and it works. You turn it off, you turn it back on. Suddenly it's decided there's a short, and you have to unplug everything.
Yes. So big learning there. I want to stop there because it goes fast, but there's the lightning that's happening behind the window.
So that is a combo lightning and thunder set, that kit that from Evans Designs, who
Right.
I love. I buy a lot of lights from there. Any flickering flames, like in the sea. So, okay, calm down, May. Let's
No,
bring
don't
this
calm
down.
down.
Hold on. I keep just so right there. Pause.
Yeah.
You can see a secret tunnel.
Ooh, see, I didn't forgot about that.
There's a secret tunnel. You can see the ladder. Secret tunnel. And
See it. I don't know if
there's a flickering firelight in there from Evans Design,
yeah.
because since our fireplace reveal, like, I gotta have a secret
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yes.
So that's a secret tunnel. So Evan Designs online, that it actually has lightning and thunder. There's like a little speaker in there. I've just turned it off because it's so loud. So got that from Evans Designs, and the flickering firelight from Evans Designs.
There's so much to look at. Let's talk about the cats. Because so the cats were the inspo, the
Yeah,
original inspo.
there's the one
Is
that
there the
started.
original cat, the three-eyed cat in there?
Yes,
Can we
yes.
find? I mean,
He's in the middle. You just passed him. He's in the
Oh.
window.
I want to stop at the three arm. Where
Right there in the corner.
wait, I can't.
He's in the window.
Where? Oh, the white one?
No, he's the black one in the window.
Oh, I
He's in the
can't.
middle of the window. When you look at the lightning stuff, he's there.
All right.
That's-
So how many cats are in this piece?
Okay, if you don't count the mummies, the cat mummies,
Of course. there's
and you don't count the cat skulls, there are 13 whole cats.
Oh.
And there he is. That's the black cat. The
Oh
black
my
one.
God.
There's 13 whole cats that I have acquired from a number of different places.
That cat
starting-
throwing up.
Yeah, he's wait. His name is Bartholomew.
There's the black cat. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's Nick's the black cat.
The
So
cat was throwing up.
yeah, Bartholomew.
But, right. So okay, let's talk about what ultimately, not necessarily was the reasoning, right? But ultimately, this is going to be shown. Talk a little.
Yes. I just love it, and I love it, but I want to share it with everybody because I'm really excited about it. I mean, look at all those cats.
The cat with the armor.
Yeah, that's Burrington. So, and they all have names.
Oh wait, so there's the hidden
the secret tunnel
lit up. Oh my
Yes.
God. All right, so keep going. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
no,
keep interrupting you.
No, it's okay. My thoughts are like pew. So, what was I gonna say? Yes. So I wanted to share it. I want to share the steampunk stuff because I'm really excited about it. So Philadelphia Miniaturia always has like a special exhibit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a part of that. So I'm going to be showing Lady Cawthorne's library at Philadelphia Miniaturia this year, and with sound on, so it's gonna be loud.
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of celebrating, I guess, because I'm
good.
I've got several things. The first is a whole I have a costume.
All right, we're gonna get into the costume,
Okay.
and we're gonna get into how but ultimately, this is an exhibition that you're encouraging people to come see, and they vote. The people who attend the show vote, correct? I love
I
that.
believe so, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of a little competition. I don't know if there's a prize per se.
I think you just get like a certificate. It's a People's Choice Award.
That's it. Okay.
So whenever you come into Philadelphia Miniaturia, you pay your fee, you get your little badge or whatever, and you get a People's Choice voting ticket. And with that, you go into the special exhibit and you pick your favorite one.
Yeah.
And of course, I hope it's me.
Well,
I'm just saying.
That leads me to the more people who actually see your piece, the more opportunities you have for people to vote for it. And why wouldn't they vote for this awesome piece? But let's talk about this other element, because that creative brain is always working. So you also want people to see it, as you mentioned. So how do you do that? And so what are some of the things that you're doing to encourage people to go to the exhibit, into that exhibition room, and see your beautiful work?
Okay, so first line, I have trading cards, which are also my business card. They have my Instagram down at the bottom, and each feature one of the cats and their name. Here's Sir Purrington. We have Indigo Montoya, and you commented about Bartholomew. I can't find his card right now. Oh, there he is. Here is Bartholomew's card.
He might be my favorite.
He's yeah. We
I
have
like the armor cat.
Whiskerstein, the Wretched. So each cat has its card, along with a few other things in there that you might not notice. Like, did you know I have a tiny snail named Bob? So Bob has his own trading card. I know.
It must have taken you days to come up with that name.
Oh my gosh. I can't stop. So there's that. And then if you
I didn't know about Bob.
Bob, he's in there. You got to find him. He's tiny. He's like so tiny. There's mushrooms in there. There's like everything. Yeah. Like I said, everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Put in here. Like, can't stop. Won't stop.
And then you want people to see this. And I don't blame you. So you're bringing, so you have these cards made up.
Yes.
And what is that? What are those?
It is a tiny 1/12 scale mustache on a stick. So if you come and see me, if you find me there and you say, hey, do you have any mustaches left? I have a Ziploc baggie full, and when they're gone, they're gone. But if you want a 1-inch mustache on a stick, it's very steampunk beat, by the way. So come and see me. I'll give you a little mustache on Saturday.
I think the big part there is that you're bringing news, excitement, energy, and delight more than already miniatures have, but you're bringing an extra added element of excitement, which is really, really special. And so just between the work you're doing and the way you're sort of, you know, telling people, but there's also another piece to this.
Yeah. So I have the T mountain thing and the outfit. Yeah, the butt mountain.
Let's talk about this.
Oh my gosh. So like I said, everything I wanted to do. I saw, and it was a video came across my Instagram of a guy at a train show, and he made like a hat, and there was this tiny train going around his hat. And I think I sent it to you. There's my tea tray mountain and my outfit. Yeah, you'll see this on Saturday. And I was like,
and you'll be in it. You'll be wearing it.
Yes, I'll be wearing it. I was like, Darren, I got to have that tiny train. And I did my research, and it is a T scale train. And for a miniaturist, that is 1 to 450 scale. So it is super tiny, and I know nothing about model trains, so I had to learn how to lay a track and all that stuff. So again, went to YouTube because that's where you learn everything. Teacup Mountain, otherwise known as Butt Mountain because it goes on my butt. I saw Steve's Trains on YouTube, highly recommend, because he was another guy. He saw that guy's hat, saw somebody else's hat, and was like, I got to make a hat.
Is the guy with the hat, Steve?
No, it was a different guy.
Different
guy. And so I was like, Steve, teach me everything. And he has this video where it looks very similar to my mountain, but smaller and on a hat. Because, you know, I got to go all the way. I got to do all the things. So it's more than just a mountain. It has the teacups, which have the same motif as the bustle. And all the teacups are held on with magnets because, of course. And so if you find me in my costume, we can take pictures having tea together, you know, so highly recommend. And I had the bustle already.
Yeah.
I had the costume already because I used to participate at Steampunk World's Fair, and I used to sell fairy catching kits because, of course.
Yeah.
And but what was on the tea tray was the, you know, teacups and a teapot that we would pose with. But I was like, perfect. I'm putting a mountain on that thing and wearing it. And so over the summer, created the teacup mountain.
I mean, again, it goes back to the way your mind works. It's very mechanical oriented. I mean, just problem solving. Talk a little about problem solving. how you sort of managed to pull all those pieces together to make this work. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced?
So, with, of course, the teacup mountain, was, I don't know how to do this, so I'm just gonna do it and then see what happens, is kind of, and then scale back from there. I'm lucky enough that it did actually fit on the bustle, but it was okay. I've never worked with trains before. How does the track get laid? How do you hide a power source? So that's what the mountain is for. The whole top of the mountain comes off, and the power source is there. You turn it off and on. And then the train you saw in the video is not the same train that I'm using.
That's right.
Because when I broke my caboose, which I'm pretty sad about because I loved my little red caboose, so I don't want to talk about it. And then I work during summers at Long Lake Camp for the Arts, and I had my mountain out because I had been working on it. And a kid comes up, he's like, "What's up with this mountain? I see train tracks. I like trains." I was like, "I like trains. Let me show you my train." And so I got the train. And I'm telling him about it. Why are there teacups and steampunk and blah, blah, blah. And he's looking at it and he's watching the little train go around. And he's like, So you're talking about Victorian 18 something teacup mountain with a train from the 1980s. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. Because okay. So then I had to think about that for a while. It wouldn't leave my head. I was like, he noticed. I was hoping no one would notice. I didn't want to repaint a whole train. Then, of course, I had to buy a new engine. And then I repainted my tanker car. I repainted my agate car.
Yeah.
I added stuff to the new engine. I painted on that to make it, there's like a tiny dollhouse teacup for the smokestack now.
Yeah.
And did water slide labels for the sides of the tanker cars and stuff. So it's like a tea train.
Which we really can't see with the photos and the video that we're sharing, which is an argument for you guys have to come to the Philadelphia show. You have to see this in person. You have to meet May. You have to see the room box. You have to.
Right. And I probably won't be walking around much on Saturday because I'm not sure how well the train stays on the track. I've not walked around with it, but I'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there with it on.
Are you planning to be in the whole time or
So the big day for the costume for me is Saturday.
okay.
So I also had emailed Kathy, who owns Philadelphia Miniature, and I was like, can I do a steampunk meetup? Can I advertise that? And she said sure. And so I sent out a flyer at a couple of places. I don't know if anyone else is going to dress up in steampunk, so we'll just see.
Yeah.
I have one friend that's going to be there with me, so I won't be totally alone in an outfit. And then, so probably in the morning, and then I'll have lunch in the outfit because the steampunk meetup was kind of for lunch. We call it tea in Lilliputian.
So this is Saturday before lunch is sort of.
And maybe a little after, but I want to shop.
Bullseye. And the show I think opens at 10, I want to say. Something
like that. So it'll be from then through lunch, and then probably the later we get in the afternoon, I'm probably the chance of me wearing that is going down because I want to shop and buy things too. And I can't do it in that bustle.
I'm gonna plop the links in the comment section. I'll post them below so you can follow May on Instagram. I also post the Philadelphia Miniature, the Philly show website, so you guys can check that out and make sure you can plan accordingly. It's going to be an awesome show. It's a great show. It's just a fantastic time. So I encourage you all to check that out. So May, what's next for you? I mean, it must be tough to finish a project. What is that like? What is that for you? What does that mean for you?
Well, is it ever really done? I'll probably find more things to stick on the shelves. That's what was good about it, is it's got so many shelves I can just keep sticking things. So there's that.
Yeah.
But ideally, Lady Cawthorne, other parts of her mansion. I have a wolfskin rug that needs a fireplace.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about. You have one too.
True.
So I've got to make. I don't see a whole room box, but maybe one of those corners where
Yeah.
it's a very elaborate fireplace, wolfskin rug, cat on the wolfskin rug. You know how it goes. But
Yeah.
the big one that I've been gathering things for a couple of years now is her laboratory. So Lady Cawthorne's laboratory, where she is reanimating the mummy cats, which is why she has so many weird costumes. Stop. It's my brain. I'm
Don't
sorry.
stop. Don't stop.
But so I have like an apothecary cabinet set aside and a few medical items
Beautiful.
that I slowly have been collecting so that I can make her laboratory. And that's going to be like crazy steampunk. And I want to do a Pepper's Ghost and I want to do all this other stuff. So
Yeah.
that's for the laboratory later on.
So it kind of helps that you're already interested in miniatures in
Mm.
that aesthetic. So now you have a sort of a place for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
And something that it's big. Like this is a pretty big room box, but I can hang it on the wall or put it on a shelf in our tiny apartment. So it works really well.
I mean, I think that's good insight for collectors who don't have the room for a dollhouse, who don't want a dollhouse, to make a room box and just continue filling it with stuff you like that may be relevant or not. There are no rules. There are no rules.
Exactly. As seen from here. There's no room, no rules. Just put whatever you want in.
There's cohesion to that. Full stop. I mean, there's portraiture happening, like the throwing up. I mean, there's so much. Okay, I'm going to go back to encouraging people to come and see this. Come to the Philly show. Come and meet May. This has been awesome, May. Thank you so much for joining today.
Yeah,
really appreciate it. We can't wait to see it in person, to see you in person, and you guys at home. Thank you for joining today. Appreciate it. All right, guys, have a great evening.
bye.
Okay, thanks, May.